So I want to go over how our real estate transactions work. So whenever you give us a referral, whenever you submit it on the online form, then what will happen from there is we'll reach out to you, we'll reach out to the seller, ask them questions about the property, see how much they want, etc. From that point, if we feel as if it's worth it to go out to the property or if it's a good deal, then we'll get under contract. When we get under contract, we'll notify you. And then from there, from the time of the contract to close is usually anywhere from 14 to 30 days. Now we have had closings quicker quite a bit if it's a really good deal. So that's kind of our time frame, right? So whenever you get the contract signed, from there, then what will happen is we'll start our inspections, which is usually around 10 to 14 days, and we'll start the title work at the same time. At the end of the inspections, we're gonna reach out to the seller and the title company and find a date that works best for all parties involved. You will need to be at the closing so that whenever you're at the closing, you will be able to get your check from the title company. The title company will be writing, the check out from the closing, so you always get paid at closing, and it's always written out by a attorney, title company that's certified. So that's kind of how our transactions work, how long they take, etc. Now there are some deals that don't go through. And a lot of times deals don't go through because sometimes the seller might have a mortgage that is worth more than what he thought it was, or she, so that they can't sell the property now, because they owe more than what we'd be able to pay, right? That's one scenario. Another scenario is they, have liens or stuff that they didn't know about, so that, you sometimes will make it to where they need more than what we can pay. So that happens sometimes, and then sometimes whenever we get into a house, after looking at it initially, we might find like foundation issues, stuff like that. So it might not be as good of a deal then. So then what we would do is we would, go back to the seller and be like, hey, this stuff needs work. This is what price we can do, right? We don't try to ever do any of those two, but they happen sometimes, right? The title issues are out of our control, so a lot of these things on why a deal won't close is out of our control 99% of the time. So, on average, we have, 8 to 9 out of 10 contracts go through. So we have an 80 to 90% contract to close ratio. So that's pretty good. So just wanted to let you all know that, just so you don't think every single referral you send us is going to be a deal. A lot of them will, I'm sure a majority of them will, but don't count on every single one, and don't count your money until it's at the closing table.